start recording. All right, so recording's on, and I can always chop off like the beginning of this or something like that too. So, all right, here we go. So, I will lock the camera on myself. There's me playing with that funky Zack skin.
Cool, cool. Are we live?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Alright, so this is a game of Tilt.
Yeah. So, honestly, I'm not that comfortable with the jungle. Like, what camp do you like to start on with Zack?
It depends on what side you start on. I feel like if you start on the red side, you kind of want to start on blue. But it also depends a lot on lane matchups. That's one of the reasons why I like to play Zack, because he's versatile. Like, you could start blue or red buff. You could even start chickens if you want. That's also a viable start.
Yeah.
So you really have a lot of options with him. But yeah, here I'm starting red because I was looking at the top lane and thinking, well, if I can get an early gank on Kennen, I can get Jax ahead, and that'll kind of get him going. Our bot lane isn't super gankable because we have a Janna there with an Ezreal, and
Zillion has the speed up and the stun.
Yeah.
The mid lane looks quite interesting because Lux has good CC and Twisted Fate is one of the least mobile champs. And all he has is a 1-second single target stun.
Yeah, and
if he can land it.
And that's the other reason to start on the bot side here, is you can get the red buff. The problem with the chicken start is you're committed to mid or bot lane gank. Wow, Warwick started really late on his buff. See, he's not. You probably can't see the full mini map from your view, but he didn't get to his buff until late. But yeah, so this way my options are top or mid gank early. Is the idea.
Okay. And is Raptors efficient to take as your second camp? Because I know, like, Raptors just shit on most junglers that don't have great AoE, like Zack.
Generally speaking, no. And like I said, you can start this camp, but doing this start kind of commits you to, like, a bot side gank. And I don't know exactly what my thinking was at this particular time, but I think I was looking towards that mid lane. The problem with not taking your chickens early is if you get invaded and someone takes them, you totally get fucked.
Yeah. Alright. So, Jax gets first blood. Good for Jax.
Yeah, I'm a little bit ahead of Warwick as far as movement is concerned. It looks...
Also, can you go to top lane for a second?
Sure, you want me to focus on Jax?
Yeah. So, you see how he has the minions on the tower right now? As soon as he had the opportunity to go back after that gank, he could have gone back for free because his wave was pushed in and he got the kill and spent like the 400 gold plus farm he had. But instead, he's staying in lane and he gets poked out, and then Kennen can TP in and needs full pots.
Yeah, and he's gonna die here, I believe.
Yeah, and so like, you have the advantage, your wave is pushing, you can go back for free, and you're not going to deny a Kennen CS under tower anyway, so like, there's no reason not to go back there.
Yeah, and for me, I was clearing my blue buff after I did the wolves while he was doing that, and I mean, had he even just waited and been a little bit smarter, like, I probably would have been there for the counter gank, and we could have at least picked up one kill on the Kennen.
Yeah, and the other thing about it is like, in general, gold does no good if it's just sitting in your inventory.
Yeah.
I like the Raptor still here. It's pretty safe, especially since TF's not coming to challenge and Warwick isn't transitioning over. What the other team should have done here is, as soon as they saw... Yeah. This would be a good collapsing point because TF had mid pushed. Like, you could have been collapsed on fairly easily here.
Yeah, and that's why...
They do have the CC to stop your jump.
Exactly, and that's why as soon as I saw TF stayed in lane, I'm like, alright, we're good, dude. Like, get more eyes on Warwick. There's tons of wards down there, so, I mean, there's really no excuse for getting ganked.
Yeah.
Yeah, bot lane, they're actually winning in CS.
So, right now, yeah, your Jax is actually up 13 CS on Ken, which is really quite good, because it's hard to get up on CS on this guy. Oh, on someone playing Kennen.
Yeah, it's the melee into range matchup.
Yeah, and also like Kennen has the free escape with the E, so you should never be caught.
And that's why I wanted to get there early, was try and get the early gank off. Maybe if he used
Before
his,
3. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, his dash ability and so on and so forth. But obviously that failed.
Also, TF has a little bit of an advantage in the mid lane, but bot looks pretty even, and they had the double on Draven and Zillion, which I don't know how that happened, but that's good.
Yeah, and usually what happens when I'm jungling in this situation is I'm looking at mid lane because my bot and my top lane are pushed up. So the goal is to clear 1 or 2 camps before you go to a lane whenever you're jungling. And this is why this camp sucks, because this camp takes forever.
Yeah, because we're just sitting here watching you clear it for 30 seconds,
Yeah,
which is it's super not efficient. It does the gold's fine, but it doesn't give you enough experience to be worth it.
Yeah, and I try to take that camp once, maybe twice in a game.
Yeah, or I guess when it's late game and you're looking for enemy jungle camps to steal and it's there, like why not?
Yeah, and here I'm looking for the gank on mid lane, but I see that Lux was low on mana, so I stopped to take the chickens, and then she just ends up backing. So I believe I was typing here, trying to find out what she's doing. But either way, we have no idea that Warwick's taking Dragon, which he is right now.
Yeah. And you now find out.
Yeah, but there's really nothing we can do about it at that point, unless we want to
Yeah.
go full scale balls deep. But TF
I mean,
level 6.
your other option is you could just take the plant over the wall and try and smite it away if you had smite up, but I wasn't keeping track of that.
Simple
That's
Jack.
a good kill.
Yeah, really easy.
Good game.
Zac gank. Come over the wall.
I don't know why exhaust was used there. Like it's pretty risky to try and get this kill.
Yeah.
And you end up not getting it, so that was kind of a waste.
Well, we also knew that Warwick was low, although if you look at his health right now, he actually sustained pretty well after that dragon. So
yeah, also like you should be pretty close to 6 now, and that'll help out your ganks.
yeah, I'm about 2/3 of the way there. If you're looking at the
I see you now.
corner.
Yeah.
So get the deep ward. I went and got the warding totem early. I've been using the warding totem a lot, and then getting the sweeper, just because vision's super fucking good.
Yeah, I don't play jungle a lot, but when I do take the warding trinket, which I actually do like if I'm playing a more passive jungler, is I like to keep one side of their jungle very warded, because then you can say like, we know they're in this quadrant because they're most likely not invading.
Yeah. So meanwhile, mid lane's losing in the sense that she's down by almost 20 CS. But,
Yeah, let's check how much gold that is.
Z, right?
X.
X. Okay.
So
About
she's down 600, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. So 20 CS is like 2 kills.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, there's me pinging her to come get the blue buff. Because I figured that would help her in lane if she's struggling. Like,
Yeah, and she was, last time she went back, she was out of mana.
yeah. So she'll get the blue buff, and that way she'll be able to stay in lane and get caught up.
Now you have 6, and Kennen's kind of pushed.
Kennen's just really hard to gank, so... And also, Jax is
Yeah.
winning that lane handily. So I was like, well, if he's winning the lane handily, like, there's not a huge reason for me to go up there. Like, it's Jax. He just gets stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah. I think now would have been a great time to jump and just say fuck the ward, because he was kind of ignoring you taking that ward.
Yeah, I just assume that people aren't dumb, and sometimes that's to my disadvantage.
Yeah. Alright, now you come bot side. This is a good opportunity to jump. The only thing you don't know is that Warwick is coming to also gank, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I believe we have that warded up there, so...
Okay. And
Yeah, Jax has a hefty lead right now, 30 CS, so...
you can tell that Israel's not managing his waves well, because with Draven being off the board for 2 kills, he should have some type of CS advantage, which he doesn't.
This was huge. Like, TF ults in, takes a bunch of tower shots. Like, they don't get the kill.
Fucking
And then
yeah.
Lux picks up the kill with her ult.
And now she's closer to even, and she can go back and farm.
Yep. Yeah, so down in the bot lane.
I don't know why he just ate 3 autos.
Like, it's too easy just to cast the fucking ult. Like,
but this is why Janna's so strong. You get like a 400 health shield that gives you 50 AD. And then Janna like flashes way too far forward. All Draven had to do was right click on her and she was dead.
Let's go back just a little bit there. So, let's go back one more. Oh, good. Okay,
Alright.
So here, I'm like coming in over here. Because I see a fight is going to be.
You can pause it right now. Alright, go back to there. Like, before they even started that fight, Draven was half health. So he started a 2v1 half health, and there's no reason to do that. Like I was a little bit surprised when Draven died, but like looking back at it, him starting that fight with half health, he deserved to die.
Well, and something else too that I don't think anyone's paying attention to right now is, we do have eyes on Warwick, right? So we know he's right there, although they're probably focusing on fighting and not paying attention. But Jax is pushed up against his turret, right? He has no teleport. Kennen does have teleport. Now, we don't really see the... Well, we might see the Kennen backing. Actually, how do we toggle the vision? So...
Toggle it again.
Oh, that's like full. Oh, here we go. So yeah, we don't know that Kennen's backing. So we have no idea where Kennen's at, right? We do have eyes on Warwick, but we don't know where TF is, right?
Well, the thing about
Actually,
the
TF's
teleport
dead,
is, if you look at the minion's bot lane, like, there's no good place for him to TP where they can't just walk out of it.
Maybe. People are dumb, dude. But either way, yeah. Like, I just think it's a risky play when you can see that Jax doesn't have teleport. Now, they may or may not know whether or not Kennen has teleport, but it's dangerous for them to start an engage here. And
yeah,
Zillion's level
kind
6.
of. But Draven started the engage like a dumbass. And, like, they have enough firepower to at least pop the Zillion ult and then back off. Because TP takes 4.5 seconds, which is a ridiculously long time.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing to notice here is I'm coming down. I see that a fight's breaking out. I see that this, they can't see me if I come in from over here. So I'm going to leave it right here so you can see where I jumped from. Just because my jump misses, but that's because they're so far away. Like, I'm trying to get into this fight,
Yeah.
And then
Pause.
flashes end up going down.
Yeah. Like, all Draven... It's a little past where I wanted, but like that Janna flash was horrible.
Yeah, so here's this, and then...
Now why are you flashing forward into the Draven ult?
We're not going to dive under the turret. Like, at best, Ezreal's going to hit that Q and kill Draven, right?
Well, Draven had too much health at that point, I think, because they popped heal after he came back out. Because he comes back out with 750 health from the Zillion ult. And then I think they also popped heal after that, too.
Yeah, and meanwhile, let's take a look at the mid lane. Like, she was getting wrecked earlier. Wow. Can't dodge a skill shot.
Yeah.
But now, like, she's back in the game. She's still down by some CS, but she was down by over 20 earlier. And now it's like, she's getting back in it a little bit, so...
Yeah. Also,
here, by the way,
your Ezreal itemized very greedily, because he ended up taking the Cole tier on the first back, which basically gives you no extra damage. And he's lucky he's winning in a lane against Drake. If you're going for that greedy start, or that greedy first back.
Yeah, burned a flash there, by the way, on TF.
That was solid.
So we can see him, by the way, down here.
Yeah.
There's tons of wards. There's a ward there. We had the scuttle, and he went over the wall, but there was a ward in that bush, too.
Yeah.
So, and we do see him there as well.
Another ward in the bush.
Yeah.
Lux roams down.
Yeah, good Lux roam.
Kinda. I mean, you had the vision up to not be worried about the gank. I don't know that she had to roam there.
I think roam was good just because TF's on the board. Like, if TF teleports down and it's a 4v2, that could become bad times for them.
It could become bad times, but they're close enough to their turret. Ezreal has Blink, and then if TF does teleport, then you get a free mid tower.
Yeah. And there's me taking Krugs like an idiot. So here's a good Jax back. Cannon minion into the turret.
Yeah, okay, we can pause this, because look at that wave up there. Like, the fact that you can see the remains of that cannon minion, like, the perfect time to back is when you have a cannon minion shoved into the enemy tower. So I play a lot of mid lane, and when I get my cannon into their tower, there's three things I do. I either back, because it's a free back and you can come back, you just have to ping MIA if the enemy mid laner leaves.
Sure.
I have time to ward if I need to ward, because there's no reason for me to walk up there. Cannon, like, the tower's gonna get some of the CS anyway. And then if I'm 6, I can roam for free, because they have to push out the wave, or otherwise they miss like a whole wave of CS to try and follow me, and I might not even do shit and may just walk back to lane, or I could be warding. They don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And a good buy for Jax too, I believe. What did he get
Yeah.
here? I think he should have bought Sheen, but he bought Stinger.
Yeah. Sheen is a big power spike on champs like Jackson Irelia. Wow, that Warwick's so bad. Alright, he chased Janna almost under your tower.
Yeah.
What the hell? Like, I don't see how you guys lose this, but it's just surprising that you guys are up 4 kills and you're only up like 1.5k.
That was a good slash.
She needs to just take the blue buff with that and then kill him. Because you could easily secure the blue buff by just popping that.
Yeah. Janna ends up getting the blue buff here.
Oh, there's no reason for that.
She got the kill. That's why.
Yeah, I know why. It's just, I don't know. Like, that kill was secured. Like, Janna didn't have to do anything else to help with that.
Yeah, and here Jax didn't have teleport, so we got teleported on by Kennen.
And then your Kennen face checks or your Ezreal face checks the Kennen and gets lucky that Kennen, like, runs around in surprise.
Yeah.
And then Kennen
goes
cuts
the wrong
himself
way.
to death. Yeah.
He could have just gone up here and he would have been fine, but I ended up
Hell,
killing him over
he
here.
could have just used his combo to stun up the Ezreal, but he's just feeding his ass off.
We got first brick because Jax got some alone time top. Huge CS lead on Jax right here.
Yeah, check the gold.
What was that again? X?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah, he's up he's up 1,500 gold. Like,
So,
that's ridiculous.
Let's go back 15 seconds here because clearly something happened in the lane here and we both died.
Alright, so they're pushing down mid. They get mid. At this point, like, at that point, they were trying to reset. You could have just let them reset. Like, you didn't have to fight
Well,
there.
I should have let Ezreal die. I came in to like save him because I do that all the time in solo queue and that's how I get killed all the time. But like, because here's the situation, I'm like trying to get this right, but then you know.
Oh, gotta go save Ezreal.
Yeah.
And at this point, he's already dead, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. So bad call by me. No way that my passive is going to be saved because Jax doesn't have teleport.
Oh, and then Janna runs in there too.
Oh, nice turnaround though. We got
I mean,
turned
like,
around.
it's a
Actually
nice
did.
turnaround, but like, that's extremely lucky.
Yeah, that was a bad play
Like,
by
that's-
me. And worse
And
by
them.
Ezreal, but
Okay, yeah, at this point, this is a good call. You see Warwick top,
yeah.
Zillion's backing mid, and 2 of them are off the board, so grabbing Infernal right here is the perfect call.
Yeah, easy Infernal. We got double shields, so I can get shields and then I can heal up off of my passive.
And also, the next objective you should look to is mid lane, because they just had to reset, so if you get it quick enough, you can also get the mid tower.
Yeah, I think I back after this.
See, now would have been a great time to get that mid tower. And everyone resets instead.
Yeah. Well, Jax was already back too, so we lost any pressure we had top side. And then it's hard to tell where the enemy is. Like, let's go.
It is.
back
Like,
here.
eventually they could have met you, but you could have put some damage on it. And you also had vision on Kennen, which is the main thing.
Well, here's
like,
the thing. Like, Jax is backing, right? And then, so we don't know where anyone's at on the map. That's what we're looking at.
oh, also, when we look at ward coverage right now, since they just had to reset, while you were taking Infernal, Janna should have been placing wards, because you don't really need Janna to take the Infernal Drake. Because if you move over to their blue side, to their blue buff,
Sure, like here.
Yeah, if you put a ward right there in that like quad area, that gives you a lot of vision of people moving back. And if you move into the blue area and then you pop a ward over the wall into that try area there, you don't even need to hit the bush. That gives you full vision over that quadrant of the map.
Let's look at the items and see whether or not she has charges. She does. Oh, she
Yeah,
has 3 wards down though. I will give her that.
that's fine, but like
But
it's
yeah, you're
always
right. Like move your vision
vision
up.
up. Yeah, because you had the opportunity there once they reset, and you didn't need her for the infernal.
Well, and that's sort of why I kept warding this particular spot right here earlier in
Yeah.
the game, because it's very easy to spot Warwick coming into bot lane, and especially after him taking that Mountain Drake early in the game by himself, I was like, oh, he's gonna try and cheese Dragon, so I'll make sure and ward so I can see him coming in through this path, and then hopefully somebody else wards like this bush or right here, and then that way we can see him coming in to try and take a dragon while no one's looking.
And also at this point, I think your Lux is really weighing you down because like she can't keep up in farm. Like that's the only reason this gold score is so close.
Yeah, and she's 3-1. Like she should be dominating, right? Like, I mean, she just got the double kill, but
Yeah.
still, she's still down by almost 1,000 gold because her CS is bad. So remember that when you're playing. Like CS is very important, and you know, despite the fact that she's 3-1, 3-1-1, TF's 1-2-2, he's actually 1,000 gold ahead because he's farming better.
Yeah.
And his passive too has something to do with it as well because he gets extra
Yeah.
gold for
So
bot
it's not
CS.
just like he's 40 CS up. It's also the fact that he's 40 CS plus 1 to 6 gold per minion up.
Yeah, it looks like I took this stupid camp again. Honestly, I generally like only.
How did Ezreal die there?
Oh,
Since
yeah,
I don't
we
have
gotta go
access
back.
to that.
Let's go back. Alright, so they're trying to siege down here. It's probably something real dumb.
Yeah, and then he gets caught. And then you're not gonna beat a Draven in an auto attack fight. And Zillion has ult if he needs it.
Yeah, so just overcommitment by the bot lane. I believe I'm coming around here.
Yeah, if you're lucky, you can burst them, but again, Zillion still has ult. Yeah, I don't think that was the best. Because, like, when Zillion has ult, the best case scenario there is you pop the ult, but there's 3 of them, so it's hard to do.
And then she stopped to cast her ult. Zillion ult went down on Draven. He didn't even die.
Warwick ulted the Lux. She's not getting away from that. There's not shit you can do. I don't know why you're fighting.
I think this is where the tilt started.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I fucking clearly
Yep,
moved
super
the wrong
tilted.
there. Yeah.
That is pure grade A tilt.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ezreal has this, right?
And like, alright, we can pause it here. And like, if we go up to Jax, at this point, like, let's see where Jax is. Jax is doing okay. Can we have vision on them right now?
Like full vision.
Alright, so Kennan's dead. There's 4 pushing mid. I think Jax is making the right call here by split pushing top because all Ezreal and Janna have to do is clear the minions. If they clear the minions, they can't take the mid tower.
True, and Ezreal does have ultimate.
Yeah, so you just pop the ultimate to clear a wave and a half, and then you let Jax get that top tower. Let's see what happens.
And honestly, I don't remember all.
And like the
pieces.
problem is instead of like trying to go for minions, he's trying to Q the Warwick.
Yeah, and then he gets owned by Warwick.
And then Janet dies too for good measure. And Kennan's alive. And to Jax's credit, he did get the top tower. So I think that was a good split. I just think your bot lane didn't hold well.
So here's where the split pushing starts to go wrong. Is at this point in the game, I was trying to tell people like, hey, like it's probably not a good idea for you to continue splitting because we're losing these team fights, right? So I was like, hey, can you like come team fight with us? And he was like, no. Like I have no interest in team fighting. And I'm like, okay. And
One comment I have on that is that like Jax does best splitting, and I think you guys have enough CC to just like not get engaged on horribly. So if you guys can keep it even mid and just not fight any team fights and let Jax split a lane, you guys will get a shit ton off of that.
Yeah.
Because like I would much rather have a Jax splitting against a Kennen who's not doing well then have a Jax in a team fight and have their Kennen in the team fight.
And to his credit, he did rotate to bot lane and take the turret. I don't have any idea why Janna and Ezreal are here. Like,
yeah. Also, good TP from Kennen,
yeah.
but I don't think that their team needed that TP. Kennen should have just stayed top and got the tower.
Yeah, he's probably.
I mean, that's a good ult, but again, like, she burns flash for no reason. You see the TF ult, stay away. And you...
I had to burn flash because I went too deep.
Yeah, because, like, yeah, and there's no way they could follow up too, so that was hard for them.
Yeah, this was a bad play by me. But I did get a kill out.
It's a bad play by everybody.
Yeah, it was a clown fiesta bot lane.
And you guys did get 2 kills, so it was only like a 4 for 2. Or I think Jackson easy did die, so it was only a 5 for 2. So I mean, it wasn't a clean ace. And like the problem is like you guys spent so much on that bot turret that like they get that bot, your bot turret for free.
Yeah. And then they're
so
gonna
like
get some damage
like
here too.
If they were having to do that same damn thing, you guys could have just done that to them because the game's so even at this point. Like it's only 2k gold difference.
And notice too, like bot lane level 9, he just hit level 10, 11, 11. Like the bot lane's really far behind. I'm even a level behind out of the jungle. Mid lane's even, top lane we're up 1 level. So levels matter a lot, by the way.
Yeah, I think every level's worth like 1 to 2k gold of stats.
Yeah, and see, this is where I had the problem with Jax going back top lane, because there's no way he's going to get the inhibitor before they respawn, right? The mid lane outer is still up. I think Jax...
Oh, they're all respawned at this point. I have no problem with him split pushing here. I think the best thing you can do for that split push to work, though, is give him some vision, because he's not putting him down himself. So if you give him vision, then he'll do it more efficiently, and then hopefully the rest of your lanes don't feed as hard. Because, like, at this point, like, your lanes are just pure feeding.
He's in a bush dancing. I think the best play for him at this point, and it was what I was trying to explain to him, but clearly it turned sour, was...
The other thing is like, they have to put 2 people top just to combat him being there. So, like, that's a 4v3 in the mid lane, which isn't bad.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you on any of that. What I'm disagreeing with that the Jax was doing was he should have gone bot lane, because this turret's a lot easier to get than this turret, right? Like the inhibitor turret is what I'm pointing at. So this turret's very difficult to get, especially when the outer is still up. So he could probably easily get this, and Dragon was on its way up. Now, it is a Cloud Drake, so it's not a huge deal. But
my screen, it shows Infernals live.
No, that's just the Dragon icon. It doesn't actually...
Oh, okay.
But it's Cloud Drake. Right, so the Cloud Drake was on the way up. So if he went bot lane, he wouldn't even have to use his teleport to join the fight. He could just walk over to the fight.
What he could have done, which would have been smarter, is if he starts a slow push in the bot lane.
Watch this work.
Oh.
He's gonna fail the hop over the wall, which is funny. For comedic purposes, but yeah, go ahead.
I gotta watch it. Oh, so close. Okay, now pause the game and rewind like 45 seconds.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
Do it again. Do it again. We might have to go back a little bit.
So right now...
I want to go back to when the Jax was alive.
Oh, okay.
So I have no vision on the bot lane because of the way we're recording. So look at the bot lane for me. I want to see where the minion wave is.
Right here.
Alright. So that wave is slow pushing. All Jax has to do is he doesn't have to engage them top. He just has to keep them interested in him while this is slow pushing. When this gets to their tier 2, he can just TP to it, and Kennen doesn't have TP to follow, and it's a free tier 2.
Yeah, and let's go back 15 seconds. So what was happening up here was he was standing in this bush waiting. Mm-hmm. Obviously he doesn't... Well, let's see. Let's toggle the vision. Yeah,
he doesn't. He doesn't.
He might have... maybe. He might have seen like a wild card go by, but that's hard to catch. He might not have actually been looking right here. So he doesn't know that the TF's here. Now what's going to happen is he's going to...
He also didn't put vision down where he should have. Because go down a little bit. Like when you're split pushing, you want it in that bush. And then go down, you want it in that bush.
Yeah.
That tells you when people enter the jungle.
Yeah, so he didn't know that the TF was there, but he's actually sitting in this bush and he's gonna get hit by a Kennen ninja star, whatever the fuck that thing is. So,
Alright, we'll play.
and then that's what's gonna start this whole bad scenario. And he tries to go fucking He-Man mode and kill 2 people, and it's not gonna work.
And so he's safe running away there, and then he steps back into it, and then Kennen flash ults at the end.
Meanwhile, mid lane, we kill Zillion, kind of, right? But then he gets his
Because y'all did have the 4v3, you guys just aren't able to finish it.
Yeah. So they had
You
to
tank
back
the
out.
tower, which you're not going to get.
We
They
disengage
say,
there.
oh, look at Juicy Zach tanking the tower. And then you guys are too low to fight.
Yeah.
And you're lucky Janna didn't get stunned. That's good. Now's a good time to kill TF. Lux misses her skill shots. That doesn't work.
Yeah, and he hits his skill shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we get
TF hitting his auto attacks. Lux can't land a root to save her life.
yeah, so end result, they end up with the dragon. I don't know if I do anything stupid here. Let's see. It's very possible. I was so tilted this game. That's why I wanted to watch this game, because I played absolutely terrible this game.
Yeah, there's no reason to try and steal here. Like, I don't think the cloud's worth dying for anyway.
Oh, no,
Just
totally.
give them more momentum at that point.
Oh, by the way, let's go back 15 seconds here, by the way. There's a reason why I made this play. So, Jax has teleport, right?
Yeah.
He chose to teleport top lane instead of come to the dragon fight. Now, he doesn't have, like, a great ward to teleport to, but I was telling him, like, hey, I'm gonna go in. I do remember this now. And they're probably gonna kill me, and when they do, teleport in onto one of my blobs, and we'll win the fight, right? Well, he just went top. Good times.
Yeah.
Lux misses another skill shot. I end up dying. But see, right here, if he teleported in right now, like, look
He
at how
coulda
low
got-
these guys are.
Yeah.
Like, he could have cleaned up all
He
of
could have
these.
killed at least 1 to 3.
Yeah, we had her actually here, and she probably has enough for maybe half of a spell rotation, like maybe 2 out of 3 spells. And then we have Janna coming up as well too. She doesn't have ultimate yet, but she's close.
Also,
and she has shields and CC and shit, so he could have cleaned up this fight.
another thing right now is let's get builds for a second so you can pause it. If you look at Jax, like, he's up 60 CS. Like, you don't need any more damage at this point.
Oh yeah, like if he had built some magic resist, that would have been
Like,
nice.
once you have Trinity Force, that's like more than enough damage. At that point, you can build a tank item and then build something like Gunblade, and then another tank item. And
Yeah.
then you might actually be able to 2v1 because you already have enough damage anyway.
Yeah, we'll just let this roll while we'll focus on some more Rick here.
And also, your Lux is now down 50 CS.
Yeah. And then look at the kills. TF now has 6 of his own. He also has 8 assists. So the TF is fat as fuck.
Like,
also,
team's playing better as a team.
you were talking about itemization. Like, notice that I'm the only person that has magic resistance on our team. Warwick does a ton of magic damage. Kennen does obviously all magic damage. And then TF is also dominating and does a ton of magic damage. He tried
Good
to
guy
walk over the wall,
Warwick
got
giving
wrecked.
Ezreal a free kill. Too bad Ezreal's might die here.
Well, and look at Ezreal's build. Like, what is he building? Like,
He's building Bork next. I think that's the right item right now because of how Bork got buffed. Because your auto attacks will now do, or your Qs will now do way more. So I think that's a good third item.
I think the Iceborne Gauntlet is bad.
Yeah, I prefer Trinity Force. I think the damage does way more. And also looking at their team, like, they're so fast anyway, the Trinity, like, the Iceborne isn't going to stop shit.
Yeah, you just want to do as much damage as possible to try and kill them before they get on top of you.
Yeah. And you have a good kite back team. Your team's just not good at kiting back.
We do have a good kite back team. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I misunderstood what you said when you first said it, but yeah, you're right. We have a great kiting team, but they just don't know how to do it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, the gold stays close. Like, it's a pretty close game. The problem is like, their bruiser, Warwick,
this is the
scales well.
This
And
is the
against a
problem,
team like this.
because this is what would happen when
Oh, you're safe. You're safe. Just get back.
I'm pretty sure someone dies here.
I'm sure someone does too, because like Warwick's in ult range, he can do it.
Well, and he's got his W active too.
Yeah,
People
his
are low.
ult's almost off cooldown. Like as soon as it's off, like I'd ult one of them.
So let me pause this for a second and go back to what I was talking about earlier. So the reason why I was upset with Jax and part of the reason why I was tilting was I told him like, dude, just go bot lane, right? Like this turret is so much easier to get than this one. Like he hasn't damaged this turret since I don't know 10 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, and all he's done is die 3 times.
Yeah, and he got solo killed by Kennen just now, right? And we don't have like let's toggle the vision. We don't have the ward coverage, right?
I
Now,
don't think Jax knows how to use his yellow trinket. Like, look at the wards on yellow trinkets right now.
he's
I'll
got
forgive
2.
Janna since she's out of sightstone charges,
Yeah.
but your Lux is sitting at full sightstone charges, and so is your Jax.
Well, also she shouldn't even have this because she has Sightstone. She
Oh
should
yeah,
have
she should have sweeper. But hey, at least Zach has sweeper.
Yeah. I wonder, have I placed wards down?
Yeah, because I think it would tell you if you had
Yeah, 'cause
charges.
I have 0 charges. So I'm assuming that 2 of these wards are probably. Oh, actually, I do. This is my ward, and this is my ward. So
I think you only need 1 ward for that area, but I'm just nitpicking. At least you have vision on the map.
I think we placed this ward to siege mid, and then I went and placed that ward after we realized that we would get the mid turn. Either way, like that's not
It's fine.
optimal warding, but
It's
at least I
fine.
have this one deep ward because if you're gonna split push to here, to this turret, you want to have this warded, and then you probably want to have a ward somewhere around here, so you can see if someone's coming down to answer you.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so the vision's really bad right now. These are probably the Janna wards. I wish
Yeah.
you would tell me.
That's such a bad ward. Like,
Oh,
just
it
in
does.
general, guys, like, if you put a ward in that bush, that gives you no vision, because you don't know if people are coming from that middle spot area. If you just take the time to take 3 more steps and put it in that middle river bush, then that gives you good vision of the river.
Yeah.
That side bush of mid lane does nothing for
Did you see this Janna's name, by the way?
No, what is it?
Genitals.
Oh my god.
So she does have 3 wards down. She has 1 in the dragon pit, she has 1 here, and she has 1 there. But I agree, these are lane wards. Like, these are good in lane phase.
No, those are bad in lane phase, because that doesn't give you enough forewarning if the jungler's coming. And most junglers, if they're good, they'll come behind you to that lane right behind there. And you're not going to see them walking to that lane because you put your ward there instead of in that middle river bush. If you take the time to take the 3 extra steps to put it in that middle river bush to the right there,
Yeah, this one, the death bush.
yeah, then you now can see if the jungler's coming to kill you.
Yeah, and I think what people get confused about is a lot of times in LCS, this bush and this bush are warded. Because I was going to throw a caveat out there that these are good lane wards because you don't have to drift too far out from the lane because you may not know where the jungler is, right? So if you can't get to here or get vision out in this area somewhere to see where the entrances are from the jungle, getting a ward here, like, because sometimes you're standing in this location where my cursor is, and you're on the blue side, and you don't want to walk into the area to the right, into the fog of war, because you're scared of people, right?
One
So you
other
just
thing I'm
ward
going
right
to
over the
say is
wall.
like missing 1 to 2 CS to get that ward into that middle river is worth it every time, because that tells you you can now stand on that side of the lane and farm safely. Because if you know that the right side of the lane is safe and you stand towards the right, that gives you enough reaction time that if the jungler comes from the other way, you can just walk down river.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, these boards are good in laning phase, but we are way out of laning phase. It's 24 minutes into the game. Like, if Janna had placed a ward, like, here, and then, well, I mean, I guess this is already warded, but another one over here, possibly, like, those are way better than putting them here. And if this one was here, you would actually have better vision on this side of the map, but, yeah. So, and again, like, Jax, I told him, like, don't go top. Like, it's fine if you want to split push, because he didn't want to group. And I was like, all right, dude, if you don't want to group, that's cool, bro. Like, you know, do your thing, man. Do your split push. Like, because he could easily carry this game, despite the fact that he's 3 and 4. Notice he has 0 assists. But this is a much easier turret take right here to get team gold. And
It opens the map up.
it opens the map up, and whenever the dragon comes up, he'll be on this side of the map already, right? And then we can just hold mid lane and then lean towards the Baron side. But anyway.
Can I get full vision for a second?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Wait. Is it that? It's not that.
It's neither
There
of
we
them.
go. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's about
Cool.
to die again. As you can see, people are converging on his position because our
Yeah.
people mid lane had to back. They were low. Oh, he narrowly escapes. Good ward hop. Yeah.
Using his inner Lee Sin mechanics.
Yeah, good escape by him.
Don't worry, in the Jax rework, they'll take that away just like Katarina.
That's probably me tilting and pinging on that turret right there. I literally told this guy to fuck off and Janna to fuck off in this game, which is terrible and don't ever do that, but I was so tilted.
Well, at least you're better than me and don't tell them to kill themselves.
Oh, I was so mad, dude. Yeah, so Jax didn't want to go bot lane. He's up here fighting right now. Actually winning the fight.
Attaboy, Jax. Way to get your 4th kill of the game.
Yeah. The 4-4-0. Oh, this dude's dead.
And that was warded.
Yeah. No idea what he was doing.
I mean, he was about to get crashed by Warwick too, but you should have moved much sooner than that. If Janna had time to get out, you did too.
Yeah.
Also, Janna should have put a tornado in that bush to knock TF up to give Ezreal more time. But that's just mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you have a free kill. Too bad you're gonna pop the passive. And then, yep. And then their Draven knows how to auto attack and move, so you guys get fucked.
And then one person in this fight knows how to play their champion.
And then at this point, they scale to victory, I'm gonna guess.
Pretty much, yeah. Jax just died top lane. Oh, I might die. Oh, I do die here. Yeah, I remember this.
What was that about knowing how to play your champion and gets away?
Well, at least initially. Before TF ulted and multiple people flashed, yes.
Dude, I'm just fucking with you. But you sound so confident.
This guy eat into him.
Oh my god. He flashed into him. Holy shit.
No, he didn't flash. He saw his flash. He eat into him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, let's watch that again. That was terrible. It might have been a misclick.
He missed his Q too.
I think he misclicked because I think what he was trying to do was E away and then Q backwards. I think that's what he was trying to do. Like, see, watch. See if he E's forward and Q's back.
I messed that up with Caitlyn nets all the time.
Flash over the wall?
I don't know. It really doesn't matter at this point. At this point, like, they've snowballed the game. Like, they have a Draven that's fed.
Yeah.
They have a TF that's fed, so you're going to have big map movement. And no one on your team can carry you to where it doesn't matter. You can't have Jax join the team, because that means Kennen joins the team, and you get fucked even harder.
Yeah. So, should we speed this up a little bit?
Yeah. At this point, like, for their team, they should be taking Baron right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Ezreal's
They're
on
stupid.
Death Timer, yeah.
So, and it kept us in the game for quite a bit. So, here's a little bit of fast movement, like... I'm sure I'm telling them to fuck off right now, and that's why I'm not moving.
Fuck off, kill yourself, kill yourself, kill yourself.
We got a dragon coming up. It is a cloud.
I'm glad you cleared wards, but could have taken your camps, get some extra gold.
Yeah, I put the wards down for the split push.
Cause like, let's be honest, your team's not gonna initiate a fight, nor do they want to.
Yeah. So Jax is top lane, getting dunked on by 2 people.
4v3, y'all should fight. Miss hop, dead.
Yeah. Well, they killed Jax so quickly that we couldn't continue the fight.
It's too late. Yeah. And then TF has ult now too.
Yeah. Alright, so they're going over to Cloud Drake. They should be at Baron, but they're at Cloud Drake.
Nah, that's fine. It's on objective. Shitty objective, but it's technically on the board and exists.
Take a look at the gold really quick.
You're getting dunked. Jax is still ahead, but Lux is down by 4,000.
Yeah. ADC's down by 3,000.
Yeah, because Draven scales well and has his passive. Support really doesn't matter.
Everyone's question mark pinging me as I try and take Baron Vision.
And they try and get you, but they're not going to because you can jump.
Yeah. I ran away that direction so I didn't have to fight them.
Their team storms the base, at least you're there. At that point, like, there's not much you can do.
I took both the Nexus turrets. I'm still alive. Yay.
Now you gotta go in and die again.
Probably. Oh no, this is where Jax cleaned up the fight.
Oh, Jack's joined a team fight?
Yeah, finally. He got his first 2 assists just now.
And it's also nice because Kenan wasn't there either, so Jax easily cleaned it up. If Kenan was there, that probably wouldn't have
By the
won.
way, look at where Jax is on the map. So we're going to Baron, right? Because we got 3 people down. The Draven had to back, so we knew he wouldn't be able to be here. We didn't know where Kenan was, like.
But
right?
if it's only Kenan, it's not that much of a threat.
Exactly. So meanwhile, Jax decided that
He's
he
got
wants
to
to go
split.
bot lane.
He's finally gonna split push that bot tier 2.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Like, dude, we could have taken Baron, right? So let's see what happens here. I actually don't know what happens here.
Like, so far in this game, I've been advocating for Jax split pushing. This is one of those times where you need to just go take the Baron, because that's a team objective where they need you, and you have a good opportunity to take it.
Oh, now he TP'd in. Oh, he canceled.
Too late. You can't even fucking take the Baron now.
Yeah. And then TF's going to clean up kills.
Yeah, he not only is he going to clean up kills, they now have a free Baron because you guys had to back.
Yeah.
Or they're just going to end the game, which that's just as easy too. I don't know why they don't end here.
They got a wow, bro. That's why we're on fast forward. Yeah,
like, I don't know. Like, at that point, you just need a 5-person mid. It's a 5v4. They don't have any Nexus towers.
They take an easy Baron.
Like, in general, I don't like winning off of just having one inhib and trying to push. But at this point, you've taken all the Nexus towers. There's no reason not to just 5-man mid and end the game. At this point, they're just going for style points and KDA.
Hey, Jax comes in and kills somebody.
And you waste redemption.
Yeah. Let's go back to items.
The only time, like all you gotta do as Janna with redemption right now is when Kenan ults, just place the redemption on where you're getting ulted. That'll heal up a shit ton of the damage you're taking from that ult. Because that ult really doesn't deal that much damage. It's more about the CC.
By the way, I want to point one other thing out. Janna currently has 3 activated items, right? All of which are very good activated items. She did not upgrade Sightstone. If you upgrade Sightstone to Ruby Sightstone, you get 20% cooldown reduction for all activated items in your inventory. That's amazing. That means redemption, instead of this, what is this, 120-second cooldown, you get 20% off of that. So
it's like a 95-second cooldown.
Exactly. You get about 30 seconds off of that. So 25, I guess, is probably about accurate. Like,
I know Locket's pretty high too.
That's an insane buff for that item, right? All you have to do is
it's 800 gold.
Yeah, right? And then, so this is, what, 90 seconds? Oh, you get 20% off of that?
So it's like 70 seconds.
That's insane, right? And then this one has a low cooldown, but still, you can
60
have it
seconds,
even more.
so that'll be like 45 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So remember that supports, like, this into Ruby Sightstone. Ruby Sightstone's made, it gives you additional health, too, which is never bad. So, anyway, rant over. So, yeah, we're trying to clear minion waves. Next dragon is going to be Elder, I believe. Yeah, Elder. I get caught out mid. I'm on full kill. I get blown up.
Everyone spam pings you missing.
Yeah.
And instead of taking the Nexus, they go take the top turret or do whatever the fuck they want. Because it doesn't matter at this point. The game's over. And because they outskilled you.
Kind of.
Oh, look!
The Jax. Don't tell me we couldn't win this game. Like, look at Jax, dude. He just fucking stomped through their
I don't
team,
know. Like, I really think it's over at this point because you guys are...
Well, because everyone's so bad. But, like, look at this shit, dude. Jax, if we just team fought, we could have won this game.
At this point. And again, like, they fought as a team without one person. That's why they lost the team fight. If they had all their members there, you guys wouldn't have won that.
Oh, hell no. Especially because I got caught and I have, like, a ton of CC.
I don't know why Jax doesn't push that wave, because then you could have got that top push going.
Yeah.
And that would have given you vision in and of itself. I'm Jax. I'm overpowered late. I'm gonna go fight. Oh, Jax is full build at this point, so good for him. He's 130 CS up. Unfortunately, your Lux is more than 100 CS down.
This is the fight we lost out though. So let me go back a few seconds here, so just to kind of give you an idea of what I was trying to do. So we don't have vision right here, so like let's do it like this. So let's go. So what I'm trying to do is time like the health on this with my jump because you can smite in the air while you're jumping, but because
Yeah.
we don't have vision, I can't really see. So I just have to kind of guess, right? Did we get vision for a moment there? I see the health at 5k, 4k, 4.7, right? So I'm right here.
Now
Alright.
I go.
Fuck it, I'm going in. And I tried, I just didn't get the smite. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go jump. And I think honestly my team probably should have backed off and tried to defend, but it was pretty much over.
At that point, you should have fought. If you're a man down, they can just 5v4 you in the base and end.
Yeah. And that's
And
pretty much
then
what's gonna happen.
Jax is feared. His GA ain't gonna do him shit when he's the only person up.
Exactly. Yeah, he gets wrecked. I believe they're gonna run it down.
Yep.
Yeah, we surrendered.
And then we flame each other and send out reports in endgame. Perfect.
Exactly. So a full tilt game for me. I was super pissed after this game because this was an easy win. Even though our ADC and our mid laner was bad, our support was actually pretty good. Like she never did upgrade that that Ruby Sightstone. God damn it! Like she bought Mikhail straight up instead. Like she clearly doesn't understand how Ruby Sightstone works because honestly the Mikhails really isn't going to help us at this point. The only person that it's worth using on would be Jax, and I think Jax is so monstrous right now. Like
I also don't think she was using all of her actives.
oh hell no. And also like I don't know why he built Titanic. Like
Ravenous would have been much better for that extra lifesteal.
or like I don't know fucking Spirit Visage would have been good there. Randuin's like tons of stuff would have been better than the Titanic. Ravenous Hydra, I guess I wouldn't disagree with because he was.
Why'd you build Knight's Vow?
I built Knight's Vow because I think it's really good on Zac, first of all, and second of all, I was trying to make it so people wouldn't die immediately in team fights. I was using it on Ezreal or Jax, depending on who was closer to me.
The only person that's worth a damn on is Jax, just to keep him alive. But the problem is like even then Jax was split pushing, so when it did matter and you did build that item, it wasn't worth a damn anyway.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the post-game stuff here really quick, just to see. So clearly, I did not play well in this game. I was
Someone doesn't play Zac much.
yeah, you can check that out in a minute. So here's the overall stats breakdown. Jax was a beast. He did a ton of damage. Lux, despite the fact that she struggled, actually did quite a bit of damage.
Well,
And same thing for
other thing
Ezreal.
about that is that like on Lux, you should naturally be dealing a lot of damage. So 24k doesn't look shabby, but playing an AP scaling mid laner like that's supposed to be dealing out DPS, that's not actually that much damage.
Well, and also if you look at the damage of the other champions in the game, like Draven did 26,000. He actually did less damage to champions than Ezreal, but he played a much better game overall, which is why that stat's a little bit overrated. And if you look at his total damage dealt, he did almost double. Or excuse me, that's TF, I'm sorry. So he still did more total damage than Ezreal did because he was taking objectives, you know, turrets, barons, stuff like that. Like that shit all counts. For
He
the
was
amount of
catching
damage.
side waves to get more CS.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, bit of an overrated stat here. Jax, obviously a lot of damage. He did actually the most total damage in the game. So, and Zac, of course, doesn't do a ton of damage, although I just played a game where I did more damage than our ADC, which I don't understand. But, yeah, so Warwick 16, me 11, 146, he did 165. He outdamaged me mostly because he stayed alive in fights and actually got objectives, whereas I did not. So, yeah, 6 deaths, way too many deaths. Obviously, this is unacceptable if you want to win. This could be possibly okay, depending on when your deaths happen. For these guys, like, if you're playing a solo lane, you don't want to die that many times. So, that is VOD review in a nutshell. So, anything you wanted to recap? Did you want to go back into the game and look at any specific points?
I mean, I'm good for now. I think we did a lot of good stuff. On maybe our next one or something, we can focus on one or two things in a game.
Yeah, I've actually been trying out Knight's Vow to see whether or not it's good. I think it's good on Zac, so.
I think it's good depending on the team.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. So, obviously, I've had mixed success with it. So, this was that last game that I.
But hey, when I'm playing as Zir, you should totally build it.
Yeah, no, I think it's good, dude. Especially, yeah, if you're duo with someone, it's even better. So, That was our first VOD review. Again, I don't know whether or not we will actually post this. I'll probably have to do some editing on it, so on and so forth. But we wanted to kind of give you a look at, our games and how we play and point out a lot of the mistakes that we make. Clearly, I made a lot of mistakes in that game, and obviously, I tilted off the face of the planet. So even then, I don't feel like I did that
Yeah,
terrible in the game, and it was definitely a winnable game. So even on full tilt, like this was a winnable game. So
yeah. I
something to
mean,
keep in mind.
I also make these mistakes all the time too. Like, there's a reason we're gold right now, so no big
Oh,
deal, dude.
absolutely. And watching your own games, I feel like is a really good exercise. So that's the other reason I want to do it. It will only make you better because you can watch what you do and be like, oh man, why did I do that? Especially a game like this where I do remember specific points of the game because it was very tilting and seared into my memory. But there were a lot of things that happened in that game that I was like, oh, what am I going to do here? I don't remember. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, that was a good choice. Or, oh my God, that was fucking terrible.
That's okay. Like, maybe next game we can watch like me scrub it up or something. So,
Yeah. So that's going to be it for the recording here again. I'll try to get this edited and uploaded, and we'll see where this goes. Thanks for watching, everybody.
see ya.